Hey guys, I'm back. I'm trying to do a whole bunch of videos at one time because I need to feed the beast. But I've been so busy. I've been working on fires and things of that nature. But I've had roofers reaching out to me, they give me scenarios, and they're like, "Hey, do you know the answer to this? This is what insurance said. What do you think?" So I had a roofer. He's really a remodeler, reconstruction, and a roofer. And he had a claim down in Wharton, and it was an older lady, I believe it's a lady, with a really big house and a big roof. And what happened was insurance came in, and he actually filed the claim for the lady, and he filed it this year. So he filed it, like, I want to say in July, but it was for a storm that happened last June. So June of 2022, he's filing it in July of 2023, or maybe it was May. But anyway, it was after the 1 year. So insurance policies can put things in there as in, hey, you have to file this within 1 year. State Farm has a 2 year. Some insurance companies have 6 months. So you have to file the claim within a certain time period. And the reason is because the insurance company can make the argument that they are injured by not being able to timely look at the claim. For instance, what if you had two different policies, or what if your policy canceled in February and you're claiming that this was a storm in December versus March? One you have coverage, one you don't. So they're saying, hey, you got to come and you got to do this as timely as you can. One of your duties is to take care of your property and maintain it. So, you know, every once in a while you do have to look around and go, gosh, there was a big windstorm and I look like I have limbs on my roof. I better have somebody look at it, get them off, you know, make sure I don't have any damage. And you should turn in a timely claim. In this particular instance, this lady had had the same insurance for like 42 years or something. And so their argument was, so when the roofer sent it to me, he said, you know, hey, they're saying they don't have to give, there's no withheld recoverable. It's non-recoverable. So I said, let me look at it. And then as soon as I saw when he filed it and when they came out and looked at it and when the storm date was, I said, dude, unless the policy says something else, you're dead in the water. You're not going to get that withheld recoverable. And they had a really high deductible. So I mean, you know, they want to give him like $6,000 and he has to replace the whole roof. So I said, I'm pretty much can just tell you just based on that's what you're going to be sending me. And he's like, oh, I don't know. I don't know how to read it. So he sends it to me. Sure enough, it says non-recoverable. And in the payment letter, it says 365 days. And if you don't do it within that time period, the policy gets reduced down to an actual cash value. That's how a lot of them are. So I told him, look, if it's before a year, you're not really asking, but you can request, not you, the policyholder, can request a 180-day extension. That will get you 6 months, right? But I believe, and it's not specific, okay, that I've been taught this, but I just don't know if it's dead in the water. It has to be before that 365 days is up. If the policy says that, you have to request that 6-month extension. However, the whole point of this, if that policyholder went to a lawyer, the lawyer would say, how are you injured? If you've been insuring this property for 42 years, it wasn't like this damage happened on somebody else's watch. It would have been on your policy from last year, right? So, or it would have been on your policy from this year. Now, the argument could be, did the deductible get raised? Was there coverage then and not coverage now? So the insurance doesn't want to pay for that coverage now, but you're trying to claim it during a policy period. Now that could injure them, right? They may have to pay more money. But if they're the same policy, if they are an HO3 or an HO5 and they're exactly the same and they've been that way for years, then the insurance company really isn't injured. So he made that argument to them, and the adjuster's like, hey, good question. I don't know the answer either. I think that the insurance company did the right thing and came back and did the recoverable depreciation, because it's true, whether it was last year's policy, this year's policy, had they looked at it in June or July of last year or June or July of this year, the damage is there, the storm did match, the damage did match that storm date on the date that he called it in. So that all worked out. But that is something that is important to know, because that is one of your duties, is to file a timely claim, is to let insurance come out and inspect and adjust it, and to maintain your property, and to mitigate from further damage. A hole in your roof and there's water coming in, tarp it, put a bucket underneath it, something, dry it out, don't let mold happen. So I just want to put that out there. I'm Sharon Justice Black. My license number, I'm a Texas licensed public adjuster, and my license number is 1949752. I own Lady Justice Consulting Group. This is my mural, my logo for Lady Justice. If you have any questions, reach out. My website is ljcg-tx.com. I'm Sharon at ljcg-tx.com. Reach out with questions. If you want me to do a segment on a specific topic, I'll gladly do it. People are always sending me, hey, can you just tell me this? That way they understand it, and then they can explain it to their customers. And if you need me, I'm here. I feel like I'm most needed in fires and water, but I do roofs all the time. I can't tell you how many hundreds of roofs I've done. But stay safe and be prepared.